three, and. Good evening and welcome to the 71st Annual Graduation Ceremony of Valley Regional High School.
This evening, we are gathered to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2022.
I am Ava Cunningham.
And I am James Beckman, and we are the co-presidents of this class of 2022.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
The graduates will face the flag in front of the school, while you audience members may face the flag directly behind us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
We would like to present the principal of Valley Regional High School, Mr. Michael Burrill.
Graduates, Superintendent White, Mrs. Sandman, honored guests, faculty and staff, family and friends of the class of 2022, we welcome you this evening to the graduation ceremony of Valley Regional High School. First, I would like to acknowledge the service and express our gratitude and congratulations to the staff members retiring this year. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Jane Armstrong. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Amy McDonald. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Marjorie Russell. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Maria Valencia. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Rosemary Vitale. Retiring from Essex Elementary School, Barbara Wilcox. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Jean Richard. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Valerie Owen. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Tina Stoddard. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Lorraine Duffy. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Christina Len. Retiring from Valley Regional High School, Judith Redhead. And finally, retiring from Valley Regional High School, Mary Hambor. Thank you, Jane, Amy, Marjorie, Maria, Rosemary, Barbara, Jean, Valerie, Tina, Lorraine, Christina, Judith, and Mary, for your service to our students and the positive contribution you have made to the communities of Chester, Deep River, and Essex. The class of 2022, it gives me great pleasure to address you, our graduating students. You are now poised to enter your next phase of life, a step I know you are ready for. I have had the privilege to observe your many accomplishments over the last 4 years. Your commitment to success is to be commended. You have earned many recognitions and honors, and here are some of your collective highlights. Your academic performance is nothing short of excellence. Your commitment to excellence has paved the way for Valley to receive consistent recognition as a high school of distinction in Newsweek, U.S. News and World Report, and K-12 Niche. Your intellectual curiosity and successful results across all areas of the curriculum maintains our accreditation of excellence by the New England Association of Schools and Colleges and the unique distinction of being an international baccalaureate world school. In athletics, you have continued the drive towards excellence, contributing to our school's record of winning and earning more than 20 state championships and over 60 shoreline and Pequot championships. Your performance has been measured not only in wins, but also in character, conduct, and skill, earning endorsement of the CIAC's Class Act School. You have been a driving force in personalizing the Valley Regional experience, initiating numerous clubs, activities, and various opportunities so that all students, no matter what grade, have opportunity to participate, which supports and promotes academic, social, and civic development. In the visual and performing arts, your talent and creativity shine throughout our halls and our stage. Your talents also shine far beyond Valley, receiving recognition and reward at state and national levels, all while navigating the interruptions of the pandemic. Congratulations to each and every one of you on your remarkable achievement. You have worked hard over the last 4 years, and now you are prepared to enter your next phase of life, whether that's college, career, or the military. The staff of Valley Regional High School is proud of the perseverance and commitment that you have exhibited. Your class has been especially impacted by COVID, which at times was difficult, but your resilience, courage, and engagement have earned you a successful graduation. Your experience has certainly been a journey that will never be forgotten. Your freshman year began and ended with relatively normalcy, but during the late winter months of your sophomore year, it was abruptly changed by the pandemic. However, the historic events of the last 2.5 years have led to remarkable heights despite the challenges. Henry Ford said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success." I am proud of each and every one of you for your steadfast commitment to maintaining a positive attitude and a resolute commitment to overcoming the difficulties we faced. While the pandemic created situations that often separated and isolated us, you creatively sought solutions that kept us together, which made us stronger and more connected as a community. Many believe that a school's culture from year to year is influenced by the senior class. Valley Regional High School was certainly fortunate to have this senior class in position. Your leadership and positive approach to overcoming adversity were instrumental in our school achieving its mission. As a class, your desire to improve the school community was ever present, whether it was creating new traditions for school spirit or implementing initiatives that recognize the contributions of others in our school community. I am very proud of your contributions and thankful for the compassionate leadership that you have provided for our school. As you embark on your next journey, please know that you have left a legacy that will not be forgotten. Your collective commitment to staying together and working together in spite of obstacles faced along the way has made Valley Regional a better place. I know you will continue to be successful and look forward to observing how you will impact the world in a positive way. I wish you the best in your future, and may it be bright. Prior to concluding my remarks, it has become tradition for me to end my remarks with quotes from our impressive and dedicated staff. Each year I ask them to share a thought or two about the graduating class. Here are a few answers that your teachers provided to the question, what makes the class of 2022 special? Here they are. Their curiosity and passion for science gives me great hope for our future. They are not only brilliant scientists, but they are kind and compassionate individuals. Members of this class have a maturity that is rare. They are able to express themselves in a way that demonstrates self-awareness. This graduating class has the largest number of FCCLA leaders and members with representation at the state and national level. Students that I had as seniors in this class were fearless. They saw challenges as opportunities and faced them head first. They grew up so much in 4 years. They were here with the help of great teachers they've had along the way. There are a lot of students who have made such a profound impact on me as a teacher and coach in this class, probably more so than I had on them. They have taught me that everyone has a story that most don't know about, and to be understanding and simply ask questions. Relationships between students and teachers are the heart of fostering a love of learning. This class is definitely one of a kind and will be missed tremendously. This class is awesome. They started out strong as freshmen, coming in second to the seniors in the pep rally and then winning the pep rally as sophomores and as seniors. The class continued to bond all the way through the pandemic and have had a great senior year with a formal prom attended by more than 2/3 of the class and a senior trip attended by more than 60%. They are friendly, kind, and inclusive. It is apparent that they care about each other and look out for each other's well-being. The class of 2022 is extraordinarily tech-savvy, using their skills to make movies and podcasts. Their vast knowledge has made grading more fun and entertaining. I also witnessed something I've never seen before in class. My E-Block psychology would bring any exciting news to class and announce it at the beginning. No matter how big, whether it be college acceptances or how small, the entire class would cheer every time. You couldn't help but feel good about yourself. This is a special class for me as it is the first class I started with 4 years ago. The class of 2022 has some of the most creative students, which is evident in the numerous Spanish videos that can be completed throughout their language course studies. The class of 2022 is one of the most musically talented classes in my 21 years at Valley. There is tremendous individual talent as well as great depth of talent throughout the class. And finally, I feel more connected to this senior class than to any class prior, perhaps because we experienced the entire COVID roller coaster together. They were my students when the school shut down in March of 2020. We had no idea what synchronous or asynchronous meant, or how to teach or learn remotely. We had to figure it all out together. We found comfort in creating some sense of normalcy via Google Meets. We even had Google Meet pancake breakfast together. I was invited into their homes every day. I met their pets and families, and they met mine. Now that we are back to normal school life, and they are my students again as seniors, I find myself looking forward to seeing them in class every day. I love seeing their smiling faces in person again. Together, we conquered the COVID experience and thankfully came out okay. They have become an extended family to me. I will miss this class tremendously. Graduates, it has been an honor to be your principal, and I look forward to your continued success. Best wishes, class of 2022. At this time, I have the privilege of introducing our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian White.
Well, good evening, everybody, and what a beautiful evening it is to be out here. So it's very wonderful for me to have this opportunity to be here with the class of 2022 and all of you just celebrating the many accomplishments that we can attribute to this class. For Mr. Brill, Board of Education members, fellow administrators, faculty, family, friends, guests, and most importantly, graduates, it is with great pride that I address you today as the class of 2022 who have completed the graduation requirements for the Region 4 public schools. I also extend a special welcome and thank you to the parents and relatives of each of the graduates. I acknowledge the special pride that parents and grandparents feel tonight. This evening is also important to family members and loved ones in so many ways. While the majority of my remarks this evening are intended for our graduates, I did want to take a moment to recognize the people who made this event possible, as well as the entire staff of our schools and district offices who supported the safe operation of our schools during the second full year of COVID-19. Their efforts to provide students with the best experiences possible have been tremendous, and I applaud all of them. Thank you to our graduation committee and especially the efforts of our high school administration, faculty, and staff who thought of every detail in order to make this evening's ceremony very special for our graduates and their families. We appreciate the dedication and commitment of the members of each of our school boards who are committed to the ultimate success of all of the students in our system. To the parents, relatives, and friends of this graduating class, thank you for your help and partnership along the way. You have been a strong support for both the students in this class and for the faculty and administration. Education is not isolated to the school staff, the school building, or the school day. Only when there is a partnership among our schools, homes, and the community can we achieve true educational success together. Our schools have been strengthened by your support of our work. You have an important stake in the success of every graduating student this evening, and I hope you too feel very proud in this moment. I would also like to publicly acknowledge the support of our community partners, including our first responders, the town governments of Chester, Deep River, and Essex, health departments, and most importantly, our families who have been incredible supporters of our schools during the unprecedented events of the past few years. Seniors, we are gathered here today to celebrate your many achievements as a class. Your individual accomplishments in the classroom, on the playing field, in the arts, and on the stage have been exceptional. You are a class of many talents. You have made great contributions during your time at Valley Regional High School, and you have all it takes to be successful and to make a positive difference in this world. There is indeed a very personal story behind each of you. Most of you began your formal education in one of our elementary schools 13 years ago. The road has been filled with special moments, and tonight is its culmination. Every one of you has had many successes and setbacks, achieved great significant milestones, made sacrifices, and met special challenges on the path to this moment, your high school graduation. As your superintendent, your individual and collective achievements give meaning to my work and to that of all of the staff in our district. Class of 2022, you rose to meet various challenges and have succeeded. Your efforts are evidence of the strong character and commitment to community that you have developed throughout your K-12 experience. These are the attributes that define you as a class. As you progress through life, no matter where in the world you are, I hope all of you have opportunities whenever possible to give back to the community that you call home. Volunteerism and service to others are fulfilling parts of life and a civic responsibility that we have to one another. With the conclusion of this journey begins the rest of your life. For many of you, that will include higher education, entrance into the workforce, and service to our country. As you set forth to forge your path in life, I encourage all of you to always remember what you have learned here. The communities of Chester, Deep River, and Essex have given each of you so much during your time in our schools, and you are entering into the next phase of your life with all of the advantages of a Valley education. Given all that you have achieved so far, you will certainly become the leaders of the future, the decision makers and policy makers who set the direction for our communities, our state, and our nation. We hope that the education you have received will enable you to take on those leadership roles with compassion, thoughtfulness, and integrity to help us shape a better world. You are well prepared to set out and chase your dreams, pursue careers, and to make a positive, meaningful impact on the world around us. All of us here in Region 4 will watch with great interest, great expectations, and a powerful sense of pride in each of you. Class of 22, I have no doubt you will accomplish great things. After all, you're just getting started. On behalf of our faculty and staff, I congratulate you on your graduation, and I wish you all the best as you continue your journey into the years ahead. Thank you.
The VRHS Select Choir will now perform Alleluia. Alleluia. At this time, I would like to introduce our honor essayist, Cooper Johnson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cooper Johnson, and anyone that knows me probably knows that I spend a lot of time using an app called Google Keep. If you don't know me that well, or if you don't know what that is, Google Keep is an organization tool where you can create notes for yourself. I use it in conjunction with Google Calendar to plan out my life, including upcoming events, homework reminders for each class, and miscellaneous tasks. So here's the problem. More often than not, my scheduling tools prevent me from being productive. I have spent way too much time just staring at my schedule without getting anything done, and having all of my responsibilities written down in one place is often overwhelming. Great. So what does this all mean? For me, I know that my tendency to organize every facet of my life removes me from the present. I am constantly planning for the future, sometimes so much so that I feel unable to make change in the moment. It is because I have been disconnected with the present for so long that I understand, now more than ever, the importance of living in the moment. Well, that and also because of a movie I saw. Recently, I saw, after much convincing from my friends, Everything Everywhere All at Once. As campy as that movie is, it is also an excellent lesson in appreciating each and every moment, no matter how insignificant the scale of the world's problems makes you feel. That sense of nothing truly mattering is a major theme in the film, and one that has often come to my mind when I plan out my life in Google Keep. If thinking about my responsibilities makes me this stressed out, why should I ever get them done? How bad will it really be if I keep putting off writing this graduation speech? Such questions are just ways for me to justify not doing my work, and they're not productive. As the characters in Everything Everywhere All at Once would agree, saying that nothing matters as an excuse to make negative contributions to the world helps no one. Instead, we should give meaning to the things in our present and work hard to improve them. Otherwise, how could we have a future? We are living in a time where our present is in danger. There are so many people who don't have control over themselves or that don't have as much freedom to choose their own paths. Therefore, we cannot collectively plan for the future. Instead, we must focus on today. Over 300 anti-LGBTQ+ bills have been proposed this year, many of them seeking to deny transgender youth the health care they deserve. In a world where almost half of queer youth seriously considered attempting suicide in 2021, the lack of attention this issue is getting is unacceptable. Identity-affirming education is suicide prevention, and the bill dubbed Don't Say Gay was signed into law to take that opportunity away from cisgender, straight, and queer youth alike. In addition, there have been over 200 mass shootings this year, with almost 30 of them taking place inside schools. Reproductive rights are at risk, climate change is happening as we speak, and people of color are still targeted in attacks from both law enforcement and citizens. In a time like this, division isn't going to get us anywhere. Now more than ever, we need to unite and fix these problems together. But Google Keep won't be the solution. Planning for what isn't guaranteed is not going to change what's happening right now. That is why we must live in the moment. If change is not made now, the future will not be any different from today. So today, I just want to remind everyone that there is truly no time like the present, and I'm grateful that I have such a remarkable group of students, friends, and family to focus on today with. As Evelyn from Everything Everywhere All at Once said, "Of all the places I could be, I just want to be here with you." Thank you.
And now our salutatorian, Ella Pittman.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates of the class of 2022 and also thank all of our parents, teachers, administrators, and other guides who helped us get here. I'd also like to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. My name is Ella Pittman, and throughout my entire life, I've described myself as a very quiet person who cares about school and loves working with children. Unfortunately for me, my dedication to my grades has made it so I need to give this speech, and since I'm quiet and don't like public speaking, this is quite literally the last thing I wanted to do. So, to make this a little bit more bearable, I decided to bring in my third and final defining personality trait, and the thing that makes me the happiest, working with children. Since last summer, I've been working at the Red Barn Children's Center in Clinton, and each day of work brings an incredible amount of happiness into my life, helps me find the beauty in the world, and reminds me of the importance of kindness. I have a running list of quotes from my preschoolers, and I'd like to share one of them with you today. Earlier this year, I was sitting on the floor with a boy who suddenly stopped building what he believed was the tallest tower in the whole world. He looked at me and he said, "Miss Ella, you have to come to my house so you can see the tunnel I'm making. It's for the ants, so if there's a tornado, they can hide in my tunnel and be safe. Do you want to see it?" and I of course told him that I would love to see his Ant Tornado Tunnel and that it must be amazing and wonderful. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the chance to go to his house and see that particular creation quite yet, but that's beside the point. The point is, every time I talk to my students, I'm reminded that people are inherently kind, and I feel a little bit more hope for the future. As children, we're taught to say please and thank you, and we learn all of our manners. But even before we learn those things, we understand how to love and accept and care for everyone and everything. However, as we grow up, kindness often becomes less of a priority. It takes a back seat to other things like success and reputation, and our non-judgmental, youthful nature is forsaken. So, if you can choose to do anything as you go through life, choose to be kind. Look at the world through the eyes of a child and see how beautiful it can be. If building tornado tunnels for ants is not your thing, maybe you can think of someone else who needs shelter from the storm in their life. Make it your mission to make people smile, because even if, like Cooper mentioned, nothing matters, even if nothing means anything in the grand scheme of things, your tiny action can mean everything to one person, and that's enough. If, like one of my other little friends, you spend your day picking up caterpillars and collecting them in a bowl so your classmates don't hurt them, yeah, you can technically say you didn't do much with your time. At least nothing that was productive. But do you know what? Those caterpillars would have to disagree. And obviously, as an adult, you probably shouldn't spend your whole life collecting caterpillars in a bowl. But if you take even just one moment each day to be kind, whether it's toward caterpillars or towards humans, you can make the world look just a little bit more like it did when you were a child. And today, I also brought a picture that one of my students drew. This is a picture of me that she drew a few weeks ago. When she handed it to me, she simply gave it to me and said, "I drawed this because I love you." She also calls me her merry godfather, her fairy godmother. And just the other day, she randomly walked up to me, looked at me from her tiny 3-year-old height, and said, "I like you a lot." Every time I see her, her simple words and gestures make my day a little bit brighter. And if you can do the same thing for someone else, you can change the world for the better, one baby, or maybe one preschool step at a time. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce our valedictorian, Nicholas Wiskowski.
Good afternoon, Valley Regional Class of 2022. We finally made it. You know, I find it kind of funny when people say that high school flies by in the blink of an eye, because to be frank, unless you count a 4-year-long nap as the blink of an eye, it definitely felt a lot longer. I guess that's what a global pandemic will do to you. Speaking of a global pandemic, the global pandemic, I figured it was only fitting that I should begin writing this speech while in isolation with COVID-19. It just seemed right after the past 2.5 years we have been through, and I feel it mimics the pandemic as a whole. You enter the situation not really knowing what to expect, end up with a little bit of forced social isolation, and then emerge ready to do any and all activities that you are allowed to. I mean, please, if you had told me 4 years ago I would have tried to start a vegetable garden in high school, I would have laughed at you, and then probably asked how bored I was to take that up. If you had then told me all of the vegetables were eaten by wild animals before I could enjoy any, I would have also believed you, because that reflects my gardening ability perfectly. But not knowing what to expect and having to expect the unexpected has become more of the norm now than before. Having to be flexible with your plans and understanding that they may be canceled inconveniently is no longer a novel experience. The best analogy I could think of while writing this speech is that making plans became kind of like a game of Twister, except instead of moving your hands or feet, you move your life plans. And unfortunately, I'm not particularly flexible literally, just ask anyone on the tennis team, or figuratively, so a few of my plans were broken by the pandemic in the same way I would probably tear most of my muscles playing a normal game of Twister. And just like a torn muscle, a broken plan can hurt a lot, especially when you put a lot of hard work and expectation into that plan. I'm done with the Twister analogy, but I think you get my point. We've all had to adapt and shift our goals and plans around the crazy world we've been forced to live in. And that means missing out on some much anticipated milestone events, like 16th birthdays, junior prom, and even things that we take for granted, like family gatherings, hanging out with friends, and sports seasons. But when I was reflecting on our time at Valley, at some of the stuff we've had to go through, some of the events we've had to miss, I realized that all of the disappointment, the broken plans, the canceled or changed events, All of it is just more accurate preparation for what life is like. As much as we want something to be perfect, whether it's an event, an experience, a job, or a class, and as hard as we plan and prepare and work towards achieving that perfection, we will always fall short. We will pretty much always be disappointed if we expect anything to go according to plan. And personally, that is unbelievably frustrating. I like to plan, to prepare, to try and figure out what is going to happen before it does, because there's a deep sense of security and feeling like you know what is going to happen. But sometimes that can just make it more frustrating when something goes wrong. One thing I hope we all take from our time in high school, especially the past 2.5 years we have spent living through this pandemic, is how to cope when things do not go according to plan. I've wasted so much time and energy thinking, wishing, and dreaming about what could have, would have, and should have been without this pandemic, when all that really matters is making the most of what we have right in front of us. Instead of festering in the past, clinging to broken plans, we have to be able to learn from our mistakes and move on to focus on the present. Unless, of course, festering in the past means watching the Star Wars original trilogy over and over again. In that case, I'm going to keep festering in the past for a really long time. But in all seriousness, I think that the fact that we have had to live through such an interesting and sometimes painful time has made us better at adapting to shifting circumstances, something that will come up again and again for the rest of our lives. So, I hope that we can all take a few lessons from our 4 years here at Valley. At times, it's been wild, unpredictable, and even a little scary. But we have made it through the struggles present and can now move on to the next chapter in our lives stronger than we were when we entered high school 4 years ago. Because, as the great life philosopher Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Good luck, class of 2022, and whatever your next chapter is, and go Warriors.
At this time, I would like to welcome Alexa Caligari, Stephanie Charbonneau, Cooper Johnson, Elliot Stack, and Jolie Edwards, who will perform I Leave You with a Song by Andrea Klaus. Since 1982, Valley Regional High School has been presenting an annual award to honor those graduates who have achieved excellence in their postgraduate endeavors. These honorees have been selected by a committee consisting of local citizens, including students, teachers, and town officials. I am pleased to announce that this year we have 3 recipients who are Marissa Brown Rodriguez, class of 2011, Joanne Horrigan, class of 1986, and Carolyn Crean, class of 1981. Joanne and Carolyn were able to join us this evening and would like to say a few words in just a moment. Unfortunately, Marissa is in Florida and could not make it this evening. We're glad that her mother, Mary Ellen Barnes, could join us in her absence. The Hall of Fame committee had numerous nominations this year, and Marissa, Joanne, and Carolyn quickly rose to the top. It is important to note that all 3 are compassionate people who serve others. Marissa is a nurse who works in the field of reproductive medicine. Carolyn educates students here at Valley in their formative years, preparing them for a successful entrance into adulthood. And Joanne cares for elderly at Kirkland Commons as the director of Deep Rivers Housing Authority, where she provides seniors with safe, affordable, and respectable housing in their elder years. The Hall of Fame committee quickly identified the theme of service above self as we reviewed these 3 award recipients and thought it was most appropriate to celebrate these 3 graduates for their caring and compassionate work, especially as we emerge from the pandemic, where their work in healthcare, education, and housing were vital. Since Marissa is not able to join us this evening, I would like to provide a bit of background on her achievements. Marissa graduated from Valley in 2011 and went on to attend American University, where she pursued a degree in nursing. While working full-time in New York's Presbyterian Hospital, she obtained her master's from George Washington University. She began working for Shady Grove Fertility, a practice that has risen to national and international prominence as a center of excellence in the field of reproductive medicine. Marissa now works as the lead APRN for IVF Florida, where she continues her passion for women's health and helps couples achieve their hopes of a family. We congratulate Marissa. Mary Ellen, would you like to come up and accept this gift on Marissa's behalf? I would now like to welcome to the stage and present Joanne Horrigan, class of 1986, with a gift for being one of this year's Hall of Fame recipients. Congratulations, Joanne. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Such an honor. I'd like to thank Lisa Johnson and the nominating committee for believing I deserve this. I'd like to thank you guys for having me here, and congratulations. This is the end of a chapter in your life, but the beginning of the rest of your life. Can't believe it was 1986 when I was here, and I have so many great memories standing and looking at this school. Lifelong friendships. I had no idea at that time how fortunate I was to grow up in this community. I certainly would not have thought that I would be standing here today. What I thought I wanted to do then wasn't really what I wanted to do at all. It took a while. I had my children, and I went back to school. Little did I know at that same time there was a group of volunteers that had a vision, working to build elderly disabled housing in this town. That group was the Deep River Housing Authority, and the resolution was made, and that organization was formed in 1986, that same year. By chance, several years later, I met Jim Burns, who was the chairman of that board. The project was finished in 1993, and I was hired to manage Kirtland Commons. I was young, inexperienced, but I was determined. I've learned so much over the years, mostly from the people that I serve. I can honestly say it has been a pleasure to be the executive director for the Housing Authority for 29 years. Housing is a basic need, something most of us take for granted. Public housing ensures that families, elderly and the disabled, have access to affordable housing regardless of their income. In 2016, the current board of volunteers worked tirelessly alongside me on the expansion project. It was a very stressful time, but we persevered. Because of those volunteers willing to serve on the Housing Authority Board over all those years, 135 individuals have had a place to call home. It's pretty amazing when you think that's what can happen by volunteering in your community. The last few years were really difficult. The responsibility of keeping vulnerable populations safe and healthy was really a challenge. It was stressful again, but the volunteers stepped up. Community members and our local EMS. Chester, Essex, and Deep River have the most amazing volunteers on their emergency services. Deep River Fire Department and Deep River Ambulance, there are not enough words to express the gratitude that I have. Those individuals also make a difference every day. They show up when we are at our worst times. So there's endless ways to help out in your community, whether it's here, there, or on a college campus. So no matter what you do in life, make sure you include giving back. I have seen members of this class that understand that message already. Alexis, Emmy, and Caden. Thank you. I have had a pleasure of working with all of you, and I am impressed. The best part of my day today at Kirtland, by far, is the amazing residents and their families. I am so lucky I have gotten to know some of the most incredible people. Some have lived their entire lives in this community, raised their children, contributed to the community, and now are retired. They have let me into their lives, and they have made mine better because of it. Last year, I lost a friend of 28 years. He was a World War II veteran and 105 years old. I'm sorry. We were talking one night, probably about a week before he passed, and I said to him, "Did you ever think you would live this long? 105, wow." And he took a moment and he said, "No, it went by so fast. 105 years went by fast." If you remember anything that I said, remember that. So let this community you have been so fortunate to grow up in be your example. Success is not about your title or your income. It's about who you are as a person. Be kind. It's hard to know what others are going through, so always show compassion. Take time to listen, help when you can help, and always encourage others. Just make a difference. I'm sure you will.
And now our third nominee, certainly our graduates know her well. Carolyn, would you please join me on stage to accept your gift and nomination as another Hall of Fame recipient for this year?
I am so honored and excited to receive this award. I love Valley Regional High School, and I have a long history with Tri-Town, having lived in these 3 towns my entire life. My dad graduated from Valley in 1953. My husband and I graduated from Valley in 1979 and 1981. Both of my kids graduated from Valley, and I hope my grandchildren one day will graduate from this outstanding high school. I haven't always been a teacher, and it was the circumstances in my life about 25 years ago that led me into education. I will be forever grateful to my husband for supporting me as I began my journey to certification as an English teacher. I'm also grateful because he had to teach me a bunch of math. I had to take this silly math test just to get into the School of Education at Central. I'm just not good with numbers. In fact, today's our anniversary, and I'm not even sure the number of years. I absolutely love teaching, and it's a privilege to teach at this beautiful school on the hill. I work with an exceptional faculty, staff, and administration, many of whom will be my good friends for the rest of my life. And a bonus for me is that I also get to work with my daughter, who's a health and PE teacher here at Valley. But what really keeps me driving back up the hill every day, it's the students. I love teaching with them, working with them, talking with them, listening to them, and simply being with them. I think I'm really lucky because I love what I do, and it doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. So to the class of 2022, you've come through a difficult couple of years, and you're resilient, you're hardworking, and you're now ready for the next chapter in your lives. I will miss all of you, and I wish you the very best in your future goals. Again, I'm so very honored to receive this award. It truly means the world to me. Thank you.
Wow, we are so fortunate to have the 3 remarkable Hall of Fame recipients, Marissa Brown Rodriguez, Joanne Horrigan, and Carolyn Crehan. All 3 of them certainly exhibit the characteristics of a Valley Regional High School Hall of Fame award recipient. And now to present the senior class gifts, please welcome the class of 2022 officers.
As Treasurer and Secretary of the Class of 2022, Reagan and I would like to present the gift on behalf of our class. For many students, the senior courtyard is a popular place to have lunch, study, and hang out with friends during break or study halls. Our gift of 2 hammocks for the courtyard will help provide a relaxing and comfortable environment for seniors as they enjoy each other's company, bringing future senior classes together like ours. We also will be donating funds to the school so that signs can be installed on the light posts in the senior parking lot. These banners will showcase our school pride and communicate our school's achievements to the community and all visitors to Valley Regional High School. These signs will be installed over the summer. We are happy that our class was able to purchase these gifts and know that they will have a positive impact. Thank you.
On behalf of the class of 2022, the Senior Steering Committee presents these gifts to Mrs. Hambor and Mr. Peralt, our class advisors, in gratitude for your guidance and support over the past 4 years. You have guided us from our freshman year to senior year, and we will always appreciate what you have done for us.
Mr. White and Mrs. Sandman. Come on up. Mr. White and Mrs. Sandman, I present to you the Valley Regional Class of 2022.
Okay, here we go. Mrs. Sandman, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2022 seated before you this evening have met the requirements of the Regional School District 4 Board of Education and the State of Connecticut for the high school diploma. I am honored and proud to present the class of 2022 to you for the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you, Superintendent White. I ask my fellow board members to stand and join me in saying we are proud and pleased to accept the superintendent's report. We extend our warmest congratulations to the graduates and to your families and friends who are here today and who have supported you. We would also like to express our appreciation, thanks, and congratulations to the entire staff and faculty of our Region 4 system, K through 12, as you've worked together to make this day possible. Thank you. And again, congratulations to the Valley Regional High School class of 2022.
So we should go in front.
Right there. Oh, I've got to get Carolyn to get the thing first.
I'll stand here since I'm reading the left side. Is that right? Are we ready?
As soon as, are we ready? Go.
James Philip Winter Beckman. Ava Cunningham. Chase Conrad. Madeline Claire Giacaruso. Reagan Grace Ferguson. Nicholas Wiskowski. Ella Pittman. Cooper Johnson.
Mia Olivia Alio. Catherine Alsbeck. Abigail Elizabeth Amara. Grace Amato. Avienda Anderson. Charles Edward Ashton III. John R. Bachevsky. Amelia Bison. Shanna Boland. Jocelyn Bosworth.
Ian O. Brenneman. Ryan J. Brown. Morgan Buckley. James Birch. Tucker William Burr.
Wait. Nope, we forgot Jake Brody.
Mike.
No, he'll switch him. Okay, good.
Jacob Ryan Burdick. Jake Castellano. Loretta Happy Cicchini. Zoe Saika. Carson Crago.
He's a no. No one knows. Haley Alexandra Cuvier. Riley Zenthi Wickland. Anthony Donald DeRay, Jr. Brooke Delarocco. Philippa Downey. Mason A. Drew. Jolie Rose Edwards. Samuel G. Fetter. Peter Harrison Fitton.
Leah France. Taryn Grace Frazier. Sarah Michaela Freire Blanco. Patrick Allen Blyes Friel. Isabella Frost. Maxwell A. Gatto. Kyle R. Galani. Brandon Gibbons. Parker Gingrave. Job Getz.
Finn T. Grabowski. Race Greenewald. Ryan M. Grote. Jack Guthrie. Jade Hardgrove. Jordan Lynn Hart. Congratulations. Jordan Harris. Samantha Hartman. Caroline Elizabeth Haskins. Grace Elizabeth Haskins.
Kai Hayes. Noah Herrick. Katerina Honebart. Caroline Elizabeth Hutchinson. Aiden Alexander Ingram. Sam Islin. Grace Connors Jacaruso. Margaret Maeve Jacaruso. Rose Mary Jones.
Scarlett Verano Joplin. Sawyer Joy. Emily F. Cately. Owen Kelly. Zachary J. Kurla. Noah Kleinberg. Elizabeth Klump. Maya Michelle Knickerbocker. Catherine W. Conrad. Jorge Lanza Duran.
Violet Lavazoli. Brooke E. Levine. Frances Christine Legas. Sage St. Clair Lepore. Eloise Marie Ann Liebert. George Lincoln. Hayden Cyril Lombardi. Paige Margaret Lombardi. Connor James Luns. Ian McKenzie.
Oh, nope. Thank you. Perfect. Liam McGee. Claire Simone Maevsky. Tyler Majors. Jason Molly Jr. Eric Francis Mangler. Michael D. Marino. James M. Marsden. Hunter W. Marsh. Alexis Grace Massey. Cade Mateski.
Madeline McEwen. William Davis McLaughlin. Aiden J. Miller. Sami Miller. Brittany A. Molyneux. Mackenzie G. Muley. Kaylee Mae Mullen. Caden Nadonley Pilato. Madison Lee Neviser. Dexter E. Newman.
Samuel O. Nickel. Olivia Knoll. Samuel Jason Orr. Vivian E. Parody. Simon L. Partica. Sagar Patel. Oscar G. Pelkey. Mercedes Pino. Samantha Pierce. Caitlin Elise Precourt.
Benjamin Proctor. Gabrielle Quinn. Thomas Rapp. Katie L. Reed. Ryan Reed. Nicole Richardell. John Francis Riley. Katie Ann Roberts. Jackson Robert Rock. Ellie Rybicki Domler.
Isabella Marie Sachs. Benjamin Safran. Anthony Saglambeni. Andrew J. Salbinski. Quinn Saltus. Ava Grace Schmelzer. Zachary T. Schultz. Isha Shaw. Madison Sheehan. Stephanie Sheehan.
Thatcher Charles Shemansky. Ian Silva. Chauncey Smith. Natalie Smith. Mia Soper. Tanner Sprague. Nia Stack. Hannah Eddie Staskalunas. Cooper M. Strecker. Sophia Serber.
Jason Tyler Swirling. Hannah Theodore Waston. Campbell A. Toth. Elizabeth Tullidge. Lauren Valentino. Lindsay Valentino. Mackenzie Varley Cobb. That's all right. Grace K. Verhagen. Chelsea K. Waddell. Aaron Ward.
Reese Whitney. Jack B. Whitaker. Kevin R. Willits Johnson. Christopher Wilson. Caitlin A. Wolfgram. Ryan T. Weyerbeck Brasky. Haley Young. Chloe N. Zito.
Yep, we go sit down. Chase. You guys.
All right. And now, would the members of the class of 2022 please rise? Flip your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the 2022 graduates of Valley Regional High School. Now please stand for the singing of our alma mater. The song is on the inside back cover if you would like to join us.
This concludes the 71st graduation at Valley Regional High School. Congratulations, class of 2022. Please join us for a reception by the cafeteria, and Safe Grad begins at 9:30 p.m. Thank you.
Let's go.